My name is Hilton Price Lewis and I'm the president of GVD Corporation. GVD Corporation is a company that was founded on MIT technology. I was a student at MIT, graduated with my PhD in 2001 from the Department of Chemical Engineering. I worked with Dr. Gleason in the department, and together we started the company shortly before I graduated. We started the company because Karen had developed what I thought was a very interesting and commercially practical process for producing polymer coatings. Polymers are a very widely used class of materials that's used in all applications, ranging from very fine nylon fibers to bulletproof Kevlar. And the process that she had developed was a way of making extremely thin coatings of polymers using a method called vapor deposition. Vapor deposition is essentially forming a solid coating from a gas phase using typically chemical reactions. But most of the materials that were deposited by this process were inorganics, that is metals, oxides, ceramics. What we did was to adapt the process and tweak the process in order to produce polymer coatings. So that was a unique embodiment of an existing process. The key advantages of a process like vapor deposition are it's a highly controlled process. It's a way of making very pure, very thin, very controllable materials on a micron or even a nanometer scale. And that contrasted sharply with the typical processes used to produce polymer coatings. Polymers are traditionally manufactured in bulk chemical synthesis routes, and these are typically wet approaches that involve gallons of material. And one thing you need to do is control very carefully the chemical reaction. Unfortunately, on the flip side, when you want to try to produce a coating from such a material, most of the processes that were in use when we started were traditional, what we call spray and bake processes. That means you would take that bulk material that you had manufactured and you would essentially dissolve it or mix it into a solution, spray it on, and then bake the resulting coating to form your final product. And that in itself is a fairly crude process. Many of the coatings produced that way need to be baked at a very high temperature, which creates potential degradation opportunity for the parts that you are trying to coat. And also, even if you are able to produce a nice uniform coating, controlling the thickness and controlling the finish on the product is very difficult. So what we really did was to combine the method of vapor deposition that was currently in use to produce metals, oxides, and ceramics with the necessary chemistry and changes to the process to produce polymer coatings. And this involved essentially increasing the level of chemistry that was done, using the right kind of precursors, and most importantly using gentle process conditions when we made the coatings. And so part of one of the many meanings of the company GVD is gentle vapor deposition, a way of making polymer coatings that subverts the traditional methods of vapor deposition.